Good evening, citizens, board members, and staff. I call the Littleton Building Board of Appeals meeting of April 18th, 2018 to order. Will the recording secretary please call the roll?
Board Member Eby.
Here.
Member Flaherty is absent. Board Member Houchin is absent. Board Member Hubbard.
Here.
Board Member Mansky.
Here.
And Board Member Mitchell.
Here. The agenda has been posted and presented to the board. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda? Seeing none, we'll accept the agenda as is. Next item is to certify the January 17th minutes. Do I have a motion?
I move to certify the January 17th, 2018 minutes. I second that.
Any comment? Okay. Call a roll. Vote, please.
Board Member Eby.
A.
Chair Mitchell.
A.
Board Member Mansky.
A.
And Board Member Hubbard.
A.
All right, that's unanimous, and the motion carries.
Thank you. Public comment. Public comment is an opportunity for anyone to express opinions or ask questions on items that are not part of the public hearings. An immediate response should not be expected. Anyone who would like to speak during the public comment, please sign in on the sign-in sheet located on the table at the entrance of the council chamber. We expect comments to be civil. Disrespectful behavior will not be tolerated. There's a 3-minute time limit per speaker. The recording secretary will hold up a yellow card to indicate that 30 seconds remain and will hold up a red card to indicate the time is up. I will be the one responsible for ending the period if there's some run over time. When your name is called, please proceed to the podium, speak directly into the microphone, and provide your name and address. Is there anybody that would like to speak?
Good evening. I'm Norman Brown, and I know Dave from way back, but I just wanted to say thank you for what you're doing, for volunteering for this board. I spent many years on that board. I lived in Littleton a little more than 30 years. I now live right down the road in Greenwood Village. This is important. There's several facets to what you do, reviewing code changes, contractor licenses, hearing appeals, and so on. And it is quasi-judicial, which is an indication of the importance. So thanks for spending the time. It can take quite a bit of time if you have a complicated hearing. But it is very important, in my opinion. You guys have generally a separate and distinct set of skills with building backgrounds and education, engineering, things like that, perhaps experience in construction. So very good, and thank you.
Thank you, Norm. Is there anybody else? Seeing none, we'll move on to, are there any comments by board or staff? Okay. I'd like to elect a temporary chair so that we can have a election of officers. So I move to appoint the recording secretary as the temporary chair. I need a motion and a second. Or a second.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? Voice vote? Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Thank you. If you take over.
All right, thank you. I call to order this at 6:36, the meeting of the Littleton Building Board of Appeals for introduction of new board members and election of chair and vice chair. I'd first like to invite our new board member to take his seat up front and ask our Chief Building Official, Bill Tracy, to give a brief introduction.
Good evening, Your Honor and board members. I'd like to introduce you to the newest member of your board, Matt Trinan.
Board Member Trinan, welcome to the board. In a moment, I'll call the roll for the new board. I will then call for nominations for chair, not a motion, but nominations. This action does not require a second. After all nominations have been made, I will offer the floor to each nominee to provide a brief statement. After all statements have been made, I will ask for a motion to appoint so-and-so as chair for a term of 1 year. A second is required and then a roll call vote. This process will end when a nominee receives a majority vote of the Building Board of Appeals, and then will repeat for each nominated person. The same process will be used to elect the vice chair. So first, the roll call of the Building Board of Appeals. Board Member Eby.
Here.
Board Member Flaherty is absent. Board Member Houchin. Absent. Board Member Hubbard.
Here.
Board Member Mansky.
Here.
Board Member Mitchell.
Here.
And Board Member Trinan.
Here.
So I will now entertain nominations for chair. Again, not a motion, but nominations.
I'd like to nominate David Mitchell for chair.
I second.
I'm sorry, who was that second? All right, any other nominations for chair? All right, I'll close nominations. Mr. Mitchell, would you like to give a brief statement?
Yes, thank you for your confidence. I look forward to doing this for another year. Welcome, Matt. And you are a voting member tonight.
All right.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, so now I need a motion to elect Chair Mitchell.
I move to elect David Mitchell as chair. Thank you.
And a second?
Second.
All right, and I'll go down the line. Board Member Eby?
Yes. Aye.
That works too.
Okay.
Board Member Mitchell?
Aye.
Board Member Mansky?
Aye.
Board Member Hubbard?
Aye.
And Board Member Trinan?
Aye.
All right, that's unanimous. Another year, Chair Mitchell. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, I'll now entertain nominations for vice chair.
I will nominate Randy Houchin. He called me today, said that he would like to be vice chair, but he's out of town on business.
Heard that? All right, a nomination for Randy Houchin. Any other nominations? Okay, we'll close nominations. Now, since he's not here to give a statement, I had also received an email saying that he would be interested in serving another year if so nominated. Can I have a motion?
I move to nominate Board Member Houchin as vice chair.
And a second?
Or is that a motion to elect? Sorry.
To elect, yes.
I move to elect Board Member Houchin
Thank you.
as vice chair.
I second.
All right, we'll go ahead and go down the line again. Board Member Eby,
Aye.
Chair Mitchell,
Aye.
Board Member Mansky,
Aye.
Board Member Hubbard,
Aye.
and Board Member Trinan.
Aye.
All right, so Vice Chair Houchin has been elected for another year. And I will now turn the meeting back over to our chair.
Thank you. Are there any comments? I'm going to adjourn, and we're going to move into the community room and have a presentation by the city attorney regarding quasi-judicial responsibilities.
ton of men, I get that. I get that. You got 2 bathrooms. Oh, boy.
Okay, I'm going to call the study session to order. There must have been a miscommunication. The city attorney is not here, so we're going to reschedule the study session discussing quasi-judicial responsibilities to June. The study session is adjourned.